You ever hear about the guy who made $100 million betting the entire global economy would explode? Or the fund that lost $4.6 billion because of math? Yeah, finance isn't all spreadsheets and coffee. It's basically a high-stakes casino where everyone's pretending they know what's going on. Let's talk about the weirdest bets ever made in finance, the ones so insane, you'll wonder if they were playing 4D chess or just blindfolded darts. In finance, every trade is technically a bet. You're just gambling with nicer suits and worse social skills. But some bets go way beyond normal. I'm talking about people risking billions on ideas that sound like shower thoughts after 3 Red Bulls. From Wall Street legends to Reddit degenerates, these stories prove one thing. The line between genius and disaster is about one Bloomberg notification apart. Here's the problem in finance. When someone wins big, they look like a genius. When they lose, they look like they belong on a watch list. But the craziest bets often start with the exact same phrase. Trust me, this can't go wrong. And that's usually right before it goes spectacularly wrong. So today, we're diving into the wildest gambles ever made in Moneyland, from traders who destroyed banks to retail dudes who turned memes into millions. Let's start with the king of weird bets, Dr. Michael Burry, the guy with one eye on spreadsheets and the other on chaos. Back in the mid-2000s, he looked at the US housing market and said, "Yeah, this is built on lies and bad math." While everyone else was doing the money equivalent of karaoke pretending they knew the lyrics, Burry was quietly shorting billions in mortgage-backed securities. Everyone called him crazy. Banks laughed. Investors panicked. Then 2008 hit, and the entire financial system caught fire. Burry walked away with $100 million personally, while others walked out of Lehman Brothers with cardboard boxes. Moral of the story? Being early in finance makes you a fool until you're suddenly a prophet. Now imagine 4 Nobel Prize winners, a bunch of Wall Street legends, and enough PhDs to start a small university. That's Long-Term Capital Management, or LTCM for short, founded in 1994. These guys thought they cracked the code of the markets. Their computers were running more equations than NASA. They believed they'd found a way to make risk-free money through tiny price differences. What could go wrong, right? Everything. In 1998, Russia defaulted on its debt, something their math didn't account for. Their models broke, and so did their wallets. In just a few weeks, LTCM lost $4.6 billion, nearly tanking the entire global financial system. The Federal Reserve had to step in, not because they cared, but because Wall Street was basically holding hands at the edge of a cliff. Lesson learned? Never trust a formula that assumes humans behave rationally. If there were a How to Ruin a Bank masterclass, Nick Leeson would be the instructor. In the 1,990 seconds, he was a young, confident trader at Barings Bank, one of the oldest financial institutions in Britain. He started making bets on the Japanese stock market using futures contracts. At first, he made huge profits, and his bosses loved him for it. But then, things turned south. Instead of admitting losses, Leeson doubled down, trying to win it all back. That's the finance version of one more spin. In 1995, he lost $1.3 billion, and Barings Bank literally collapsed. One man ended a 233-year-old institution. His excuse? "I was under a lot of pressure." Yeah, so was every guy at a blackjack table at 3 a.m. Fast forward to 2021, and the financial world meets its most chaotic opponent yet, the internet. Thousands of retail traders on Reddit's Wall Street Bets realized hedge funds were shorting GameStop into oblivion. So they decided to collectively squeeze them just to see what would happen. Spoiler, what happened was financial anarchy. The stock shot from $4 to over $400, hedge funds lost billions, and random people were posting screenshots of turning $5,000 into 6 figures overnight. It was beautiful chaos, part rebellion, part circus. Wall Street called it market manipulation. Reddit called it Tuesday. And while the hype eventually died, it showed something powerful. Sometimes, the dumbest trades come from the smartest kind of stupidity: teamwork. In 2006, Brian Hunter was an energy trader at Amaranth Advisors. He made a fortune betting on natural gas prices until he didn't. He placed a massive bet that prices would go up. They went down. Hard. Amaranth lost $6.5 billion in 1 week. Which, for context, is like setting your yacht on fire while you're still on it. Hunter's mistake? He thought he was playing chess when the market was playing Jenga. His name became financial slang for, "You pushed your luck too far." 2012. JP Morgan's trading desk decided to make small hedges. Except one trader, Bruno Ixil, took small and turned it into $100 billion in credit derivatives. He was nicknamed the London Whale because his trades were that big. When the bets went bad, JP Morgan lost $6.2 billion, and the CEO had to explain it on TV like, it was a bad hedge. Yeah, buddy, that's like calling the Titanic a bad boat trip. So what do all these stories have in common? Every one of these people thought they'd found a sure thing. Every one of them said the same words. This time, it's different. And every single time, the market reminded them that it's not. Finance is basically a playground for overconfident nerds who think they can outsmart chaos. And sometimes they do for a while. But the house always wins eventually. Unless, of course, your name is Michael Burry, then you are the house. The weirdest thing about these financial bets isn't that people lost or won billions. It's that every story is just human nature on full display: greed, ego, fear, and hope, all fighting for the same screen time. Finance just puts it on a bigger stage. Instead of poker chips, it's pension funds. Instead of casinos, it's skyscrapers. And instead of lessons learned, it's the same story every decade with different suits. So next time you see a trader saying, "I've cracked the code," just remember LTCM said that too, right before they cracked the global economy. If you like this chaos, watch the next video, it gets even dumber.